Good morning. This is Bobby Dupre with the Bobby Dupre Show, presented to you each Thursday morning at 7 a.m. And the show replays itself in its entirety on Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. Of course, many of you are watching it on your computers. Some of you are watching on locally on your Rabbit ears. And old time, you didn't have to be rabbit ears.
Or aerial outside.
A lot of people still have their aerials up.
You can switch to digital with the same rig.
Yep. And so we try to make this program kind of interesting, kind of fast. And my sidekick here, Andrew.
Good morning.
Welcome aboard again. And we, of course, have quite a number of interesting pictures, starting with graduation all the way to Mass on Monday night and Tuesday night at my outdoor kitchen. So should reach quite a few of you. And many of you are watching it for the first time. We know that, and we appreciate that. And we do not mind. In fact, we'd like to get a feedback from you. Tell us something interesting that we maybe have not heard about.
Bobby Dupre at kdcg.com. You see it on your screen right now as you speak.
Just had a phone call prior to going on the air from Ray Bello. Ray and Pat's young son, Chad Bello, will be needing surgery over at MD Anderson. They're going to be leaving for Houston, Texas, where MD Anderson Hospital is located, on June the 2nd. They were given instructions to plan on being there at least 5 days. Chad had some examinations made. He does have some tumors. They're not sure if they're cancerous or not. It'll take the surgery. And but the doctor was very optimistic. A big cause of it was due to the fact that he's so healthy. The only medication that he has been taking, I guess, in recent years is Tylenol. And so that was very encouraging.
A lot of people maybe don't know the Bello family, but if you ever went to Ray's Donna, you remember the young man who would greet. He was the greeter. He had his business card and would hand it out there at the front door at Ray's Donna for years, shake everybody's hand and get them to their table, and very friendly. That is Chad. And
we spoke about Chad last week, and we asked for prayers, and of course we're going to certainly ask for prayers now and until his recovery, and then after his recovery. And we also like to mention the family, because it encompasses much more than just the individual that is undergoing medical treatment. It touches the whole family. And anyhow, good luck to the Ray and Pat Bello, and especially young Chad. We love you. We love you, Chad. He's probably watching this program right now. I'm pointing at you, Chad.
Could be, that's right. How about some sponsors? You want me to get a couple in?
Oh, yes, get your sponsors in.
How about Steamboat Warehouse? Get mama away from the smell of her own cooking. Go down to beautiful Washington, Louisiana, to the Steamboat Warehouse and try their crawfish étouffée, which you can add to any main course for only $4.95. The great shrimp Betsy, which is the Gulf shrimp with olive oil and herbs and French bread to dip in that sauce. Stuffed filet of catfish with crab meat, shrimp, and crawfish. The crawfish palmetto with pan-fried catfish on rice pilaf with crawfish cream sauce. Go by right now. They got everything in steaks.
You're getting me hungry now. Stop all
everything. I mean, and it's a fun place to go. All the pretty people go. Huh?
Well,
that's how we like to see it. All the pretty people go.
We missed Carl and Angie and I missed our Tuesday night. We had gone last week. We were starting over. Well, we had the Mass at the house last night, and that preempted.
And how about one more?
Yes.
The Medicine Shop. If you want to go by the Medicine Shop here in Opelousas, remember that they deliver your medications if you live here in the city for free. They've also got immunizations that they offer there for whooping cough and pneumonia and shingles and flu and all the different shots that you need, whether you need it for your kids or you need it for you just to keep yourself rolling. Diabetes care, they've got everything from the compression socks and stockings to the diabetes testing supplies and the special shoes. And they've been open over 20 years, and Dirk's got over 30 years of experience there, Andrepont and Liz as well. Go by, and don't forget about them also for if you're dieting. They've got those great meals over there, the MetaFast meals, and they teach you the habits and the coaching of what you need to do to make sure you stay on the thing and meet your goal of how much weight you want to lose. The Medicine Shop.
The Medicine Shop. Okay, well then let's go. We won't go from this picture here. We'll try to go from the beginning.
All right.
And the beginning would be the couple right there. And we were over last Thursday night. Meg, Ginger, and I went over to Pêcher and Pêche. And pêche means, in French, means fish, fishing. You on a going pêcher, and that means we're going fishing. Well, they do sell fish, and they have a beautiful number of fish items on the menu, but they have a complete meat, steak, and everything else on the menu. And of course, it's owned by Donald.
I'll show the sign. That way you can see exactly.
Seafood Grill. And it's in the warehouse district. They took an old building and renovated it, and are really doing a great job. They're going to have, I think, 2 luxury condos on top available for a lease, and that would be a perfect location to live in. This couple here is Miss Evelyn and Mr. Gunnar Press. For 30 years, they were proud owners of world-renowned restaurant Broussard's, well known in the New Orleans area. And on the way out, walking away, I said, Miss Evelyn, she turned around, I says, you miss it yet? Because it's only been maybe a couple of months that they sold. She says, I missed it the day after the sale. She says, we went there to visit. It was a place for us to see our friends. But she said it was time that we move on and let some young blood come in and take over. So very nice people. Certainly enjoyed my visit. And here is Donald Link. And of course, the first time I met him was at the Mamou Hilton in Mamou, Louisiana for the Mardi Gras, about 3 Mardi Gras ago, which would be 2 years ago.
And you didn't know him from Adam till he took his knife out and started cutting that meat.
Cutting that meat, slicing it to make a sandwich. And we've followed that same method, Donald, ever since. And he owns in the same vicinity as this restaurant, Herb Saint, which is about 2 blocks from it, and another 2 blocks from it would be Cochon's.
Yeah.
So, and he may have some other interests.
The backside of Cochon's, I'm not sure what it's called, but there's like a deli meat market to go. Meat market. Just excellent food. So anyhow, we want to wish all of them, and certainly there's another picture here of 2 young men. Got them.
And they were standing in the back, and I just, like I do all the time, I broke the ice. And they ended up being from the Lafayette area. Well, I said, I'm from Opelousas, so let's talk a little while. And I found out that the gentleman on the left is Nick and Rizvani. I can't pronounce it too well. But Nick, and then Meg is in the middle, and then on the right is Bo Minville. And I said, from New Iberia? Well, he says, I'm not, but yes, same family. And they both work for Marlin Oil Company. And I started kind of running my computer up in the brain, and I said, Marlin, doesn't Lawrence work for that company?
Fenson.
They said, yeah, you know him. I said, sure do. First time I actually met him was in a father-daughter dance over at the Academy of the Sacred Heart in Grand Coteau. And he gave me the idea of donating for technology equipment at schools, colleges, and I've used it since. So Lawrence, thanks again. And then, of course, he's a very charitable man, helped us with a very nice donation for our renovations over at the
Our Lady of the Oaks Retreat House.
Retreat House in Grand Coteau. So just good people, and I call it breaking the ice, and it's a lot of fun. Look the smile on their face. We all having fun. And just talking with people and meeting them, to me, makes my day every day.
There you go.
And you want to...
And we got...
That's out of the room. We were staying over at the Hyatt, which is next to the Superdome, where the graduation of the Tulane graduates was taking place. And that is the Entergy building. And of course, Entergy supplies my home here in Opelousas. Not many of us. Most people are on Clico. But the little area where I live was kept by Entergy. And I needed some shorts, and I remembered shopping at Rubenstein's years ago when I used to call on several of the insurance companies, the Continental companies. Bituminous Casualty was located on Carondelet, which is right near where Rubenstein is. Rubenstein is on Canal. And by the way, parking is a little difficult in that area, so they went a step further. They do valet parking for you.
That's nice.
And the gentleman here that sold my shorts to me is none other than Mr. John Jackson. And I've never seen this on a business card before, but he cares about his business. He says, off on Tuesdays. Have you ever seen that?
You
Never.
make sure that way you know what day to go.
Don't go those days because he won't get his commission. And I just want to say that he went a step further than that. He gave me a very nice discount. I didn't ask for it. It wasn't an item on sale, but he made it a sale item.
And when you go back, who are you going to ask for?
I'm going to ask for John Jackson. Huh? So Rubenstein, you all have a heck of a salesman there, and I'm sure you have others also. That store has been in operation, I'm sure, well over 100 years. Yep. And this was a farewell on Friday afternoon over at Tulane, and we, of course, met up with other Opelousas folks, Elizabeth and Dwayne and Anita, and that young daughter, and I can't think of her name.
The Hoggrooters.
The Hoggrooters, Dwayne Hoggrooter and Anita, right. And Elizabeth. Elizabeth is going to stay in New Orleans, and she'll be attending LSU Medical School. So, and Dwayne and Anita have recently sold the home they had just kind of moved into probably within the last 2 years over in Lafayette, and they're going to be moving over pretty much on a full-time basis in Florida.
And he flies quite a bit back and forth.
Yeah,
so I think when he does business, he flies back.
Yeah, and he's got some real nice rental properties in the Lafayette area, so he'll be here on business pretty often. So, cuz, proud of you and proud of those young girls over at Tulane. They all done well. And Friday night, of course, it calls for suppers, dinners. And we chose for Friday night, we chose K-Paul's. And K-Paul's, of course, is Paul Prudhomme from Opelousas, and made some of the arrangements through another Opelousas product, Marty Cosgrove.
There you go.
And neither one, Paul Prudhomme was in California on business, and Marty, boy, he really took that hard that he wasn't going to be able to be there. But his niece and his godchild was graduating from, I think, Opelousas Catholic on Friday night, right, so had to be there. I said, hey, we give you absolution on that one, buddy.
There you go.
And here's the group that we were pictured here. I don't know if we have time to name everybody, but
Megan is standing there.
Megan is standing, and I'm standing and offering a toast. And David and Judy Dugas, there they are, right there. You got them. And to the right of David is the daughter, Kelly. We'll have to come back after.
We're going to take a 1 minute break. 1 minute or 30 seconds? 1 minute, right?
Yep, 1 minute.
And we'll be back in 1 minute.